Irish heritage. You could wear green today, but of course the Clune family crest, as you know, blue and white. Who'd have guessed? Do you get very Irish on St. Patrick's Day? You know, shamrock salad, hunt leprechauns. I don't know what happens, but
for sure, green eggs and ham. Yeah, I mean it's cool. I started a few years ago. I really started to do some of the research. There's actually a little book that somebody in the Clune family wrote. It's pretty in depth, talking about the first sort of Clune that came over from Ireland and touched down in Newfoundland, and then made his way to Toronto. So yeah, obviously I'm very proud to be Irish, but as you know, still on the wagon. So.
Fair enough. All right, on to some hockey. Are you surprised? Because frankly, I am, about how engaged the teams have been in the games, of course, but this team in practice every day seems to be entirely engaged.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I'm not surprised. No, I think the group of players we've accumulated and put together this season has had a special energy since day one. We've battled through a ton of adversity, and every game we've had a couple of games that have been extremely valuable learning lessons for us, but we've responded every time, and our engagement within the actual games and in the arenas, and clearly it goes without saying the stands are empty, so we have to generate a lot of all of our own energy, and we've done that from day one. So I'm very proud of the guys, and I'm very grateful to be a part of this team.
Is the rink the place where life actually seems a little bit more normal?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I think specifically here in Toronto, where the guidelines are to wear a mask everywhere you go, and then coming to the rink, we have masks on most of the time unless we're on the ice. It's a very good feeling getting on the ice and taking the mask off and being able to do what we love. I'm very fortunate, and I'm also proud of the team for how they've handled this situation and following the guidelines and holding each other accountable. I think we've done an amazing job, and that's obviously comes down from the top of the organization.
Next question goes to Kevin McGran. Go ahead, Kevin.
Rich, good to see you. I haven't seen you since you were named captain. I have a couple of lines of questions for you, but congratulations on that. I wonder how that's going for you. Have you been captain before? What's it like to be captain of this team?
It's a huge honor. I'm very grateful. Thanks for saying that, Kevin. I have not been the sole captain of the hockey team in professional hockey now, so it's a huge honor, but nothing's really changed on my end. Just try to be myself and have fun.
Do you think in some ways what Todd was saying about how engaged everybody is a kind of a reflection of how engaged you always are?
Well, no, I think that everyone brings their own energy, and I would I'd be lying to you if I said nobody's 100% engaged every time. I know people get into generalizations a lot in our game, but I just try to be myself, have fun. Some days I'm quiet, some days I'm loud, some days I'm in the middle, but I just try to have fun when I come to the rink, and we have a team that really enjoys coming. So I think there's a lot of good leaders in the room that spread that sort of love for the game, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Alex Galchenyuk. Here's a guy that's trying to get his game back, a guy from the NHL like you, made the NHL and adjusting to life somewhere else. How are you helping him? How has he been? Tell me what that process is like and how you can contribute to his game.
Well, Alex has brought an invaluable level of experience to our group since day one he walked in the room. He's got a lot of energy. I don't know too much about his situation before he's come here. Obviously, I played against him a little bit, and he's bounced around in the last couple of years, but we've been very impressed with him. He was a huge addition to our group. he's in the gym a lot. You know, we worked out the other day. He's a lot of life on the bus, a lot of life in the room. He's made some amazing plays and elevated our team. And I hope that, you know, whatever his personal goals are, I'd love to see him achieve those. So I can't say enough good things about him. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's still very young. And there's an opportunity for him to kind of revive his career and be that player that he has been and wants to be.
Thanks a lot, Rich.
Next question goes to David Sis. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Rich, I was just wondering if so far, maybe since you've been named captain, if there's been any of the younger players in the locker room who have really stood out to you as leaders and maybe have that future leadership role potential.
Sure. I feel like there's too many to name. They're always, you know, this organization does a great job of acquiring players with great character. And there's definitely some players, you know, Tyler Gaudette could easily be captain of this team. And although he's an experienced player in the American League, he's only 27 years old, I believe. And he's a player who's still a young man that just carries himself with, you know, he carries himself like a veteran. So he's one guy that, you know, he easily could wear the C. And, you know, I could name more, but there's definitely some younger guys that are in their early years that I'm sure will be some sort of leader one day wherever they go. So.
And last question goes to Nick Barden. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Rich, going off what you and Kevin were talking about, and all the players like Galchenyuk and Barabanov who are sort of new on this team, and then going back to maybe some of the young guys, how do you, as a captain and as a person, sort of welcome them into the group?
Well, I think it's just having regular people skills, saying hi to people, looking them in the eye, shaking their hand. And I feel like hockey players in general are some of the most grounded athletes amongst all the professional sports. And there's no secret, you know, we're do regular things and try to get each other engaged. Obviously right now it's good for teams to go out and be social, but we can't do that right now. So we're just spending more time together in the locker room and getting to know one another. It was nice to be on the bus the other day and just sort of rolling together, getting out on the road, you know, eating a socially distanced meal in the hotel is how we're sort of spending time getting to know one another. So there's no secret, just, you know, having fun together and obviously getting in these games and going to battle for each other brings us together. So, you know, this weekend in Toronto and in Laval was very hard games, and I thought we came closer as a group, and I'm really proud of the guys.